So for today, tayo ay magre-react sa usaping SOGIE Equality Bill. Ano ba ang meron dito at advantageous nga ba ito sa lahat ng Pilipino o advantageous lamang ito sa iilang tao? So watch out, be ready, let's react. What up guys, it's Sir from ghesai TV. We're back another episode of Reaction Talk. At yun nga po, mainit na usapin this week ang SOGIE Equality Bill. So sa mga di nakakaalam katulad ko at unaware din naman ako sa mga technicalities nito, may nakita tayong video kung saan ang title pala nito is Advocates Reacts to SOGIE Equality Bill Arguments. Ito yung video ng isang channel na Recreate. So magre-react tayo dito at alamin din natin yung mga misconception or ano ba ang mga kahit paano idea tungkol sa controversial na bill na ito. Let's watch.
Spiritual disease? Being homosexual is spiritual disease? No. Kasi kung spiritual disease yan, sabuyan mo ng holy water, lahat ng bakla, uusok yan.
Okay. Educate yourself. Ayan, sakto-sakto. Educate ourselves. Tingnan natin.
Hi, I'm Gigi Esguerra. I'm a 21-year-old heterosexual trans woman.
I am Theo Catalo, and I am a gay man who expresses himself as a male.
Hello guys, I'm Yves. I'm currently the Director for External Affairs of PANTAY. PANTAY is the Philippine Anti-Discrimination Alliance of Youth Leaders.
Hi, I'm AJ Salazar. I'm 22 years old. I'm a transgender woman.
Oh.
I started my transition when I was
Di ka halata.
17 years old.
Hi, I'm Janjan Dumawal. I'm a law student and I'm 24 years old.
Okay.
SOGIE is short for sexual orientation, gender identity / expression.
So each individual, they have their own SOGIEs.
Yun yung magkasabi sa'yo kung lalaki ka, babae, bakla, tomboy, or asexual.
Sexual orientation is
Ulit? Yun yung magsasabi daw na kung ano ka. Kung ano, ulitin na natin. Nalito ako doon. Ano? Simula pa, sorry. Nalito na agad ako. Ulitin natin.
So each individual, they have their own SOGIEs.
Okay.
Yun yung magkasabi sa'yo kung lalaki ka, babae, bakla, tomboy, or asexual.
Okay, so technically speaking, ito yung parang beyond your, hindi naman beyond, pero nasa inner mo, sa inner mong pagkatao, kumbaga. Kasi sometimes, may sinasabi nga sila, lalaki sa katawan, physical, pero babae sa puso, mga ganon. I guess, tama ba ang pagkakaintindi ko? Let's continue.
sexual orientation is the way that we, in a word, love.
It refers to the person you're romantically or sexually attracted to.
For example, if I'm attracted to the opposite gender, then I am a heterosexual. If I'm attracted to the same gender, therefore I am a homosexual.
Gender identity is how we identify ourselves.
There's two concepts to this, which is being cis or cisgender or being trans or transgender. So for
Okay.
example, pinanganak kang lalaki, and right now you identify yourself still bilang isang lalaki. Therefore, you are cisgender.
So for those
Okay.
that are born biological male, their gender identity can be female.
And therefore, you are transgender.
Expression is how we present ourselves.
If you're going to present yourself as a feminine persona or a masculine persona.
You can be a transgender woman, but your gender expression is not fully female.
The
Okay.
anti-discrimination bill and the SOGIE bill has been in the Senate, in the Congress for about 20 years already.
Wow, 20
And
years na.
Until now, it is still being apprehended by society.
Okay, bakit ka ba apprehended? How,
Aside from these, some LGBTQIA+ members now prefer to be called mix instead of Miss or Mr. These terms got some senators confused.
even I'm confused.
There is no particular way of dressing ng ibang letters eh.
Okay.
Tama? How does a queer dress up? Wala. So now, yun ang problema. How will now a third person, how do you expect that third person to be able to read your mind when you are now manifesting it, lining up somewhere? You say MRT, LRT. So,
I think that's a valid question. Na
Okay,
how
tama.
do you approach an individual you're not sure of in terms of their SOGIE, right? Pero sabi nga naman ni Susan Roses, huwag mahiyang magtanong.
If you're not sure to call someone sir, ma'am, edi ask first before assuming.
Because the more you ask, the more answers you will receive, the more educated you will become as a person.
I get that the point dun, yung point niya dun is like how would he parang prevent on discriminating someone or disrespecting someone based on SOGIE? Huwag mo na lang pakialaman yung tao kung wala ka namang magandang sasabihin. Hindi mo naman kailangang i-call out ng, ay bakit ka nandyan? Dito ka, no.
When a
Siguro, naintindihan ko yung punto. Ilalagay ko sarili ko, for example, sa MRT, perfect example MRT. Kung ako, sa isip ko, transgender ako, pag sinabihan ako ng guard na, sir, pag ako na-offend doon, pwedeng ibig ba sabihin nun, discrimination na? Sabi ni Senator, ano yung pagkakakilanlan? Which is valid reason kasi nga naman, kung nagkamali ka sa isang tao ng pagpapakilala sa kanya, baka masabi niya, ino-offend mo siya or dinidiscriminate mo siya. Which is a valid point, in fairness naman doon. Let's continue.
person wants to be identified as someone else or as another kind of expression, another kind of gender. It's all about respect.
Ako ba tatawagin mong sir? Charot.
Ako, hindi. Nung una kita nakita, girl, akala ko, babae. Malay ko bang nagpapalit ka na pala ng iyong katauhan.
Talaga ba? Teka.
It's okay to not know things. To be faced with something you're not used to is an opportunity to learn, is an opportunity to educate yourself.
Do not let your prejudiced minds or your bigoted thoughts to get in the way of the rights of other people.
Ang dami ng studies, like well-documented studies, na it's not just male-female, not even in biological sex. There's intersex, hermaphrodite, tapos even with gender identity.
I admit, it's gonna be a very big adjustment, not just for the community, but also, most especially for the heterosexual people.
What he said was so discriminatory that we have to read minds in order to adjust to what the LGBTQ wants to happen. That's not what the LGBTQ wants to happen. What they just want is equal rights and respect.
Okay, but it doesn't mean to say na may possible na ma-offend. For example nga, katulad ng sinasabi ko kanina, ang sabi nga nila, wag mahiyang magtanong. Paano yung mga mahiyain? So anyway, ako lang naman, I'm really confused din kasi syempre sa bawat tao, minsan may na-offend tayo. So, alam mo yon, baka dahil pala mali ang natawag ko, alam mo yon. Bagamat naiintindihan ko na hindi naman yun ang premise, pero dahil nga may term na discrimination, baka yun ang kinakatakot ng ibang society, ng society natin na baka may magkamali sila masabi, mademanda sila agad. Yun ang feeling ko lang naman. Yun din yung opinion ko lang naman din naman. Well, no offense no offense. Idea ko lang naman yun. Walang galit, no hate. Kumbaga, opinion lang. Let's continue.
The only way we're gonna do that is by being open to asking questions we never thought should be asked in the first place.
Okay.
The term now is LGBTIQA.
Plus.
May plus pa? Okay, so hihingi sana ako ng definition ng IQA, pero kung may plus pa, bawal katapusan pala ito. So, why not 90 letters? Why not just Homo sapiens?
Yes, Mr. President.
Why do we have to segregate the gays from the lesbians?
Okay.
Naiintindihan ko where they're coming from na
He thinks na labels will actually divide more of us.
hindi naman sila iba, blah, blah, blah. Pero the metaphor analogy that they said is wrong, or that gender and sexuality is a lot more complex than that.
The reason for why
Okay.
there has to be an LGBTQIA community is because of years of maltreatment and discrimination, or ways of us being treated differently.
Hindi niya kasi nagigets na yung LGBTQIA+ community seeks for that recognition in the society.
Ang daming tao na natatawa na we have so many labels like LGBTQIA+.
There are a lot of gender identities in
Okay.
the spectrum of the LGBTQ.
Hindi na-recognize ng tao na yung pagdagdag ng label sa LGBTQ, that's based on psychological studies.
It's not the term
Okay, let us be fair. Totoo nga naman yan. Ang dami ng studies. Yun nga yung meron pang lumilitaw nga na kaso na merong dalawang kasarian sa isang tao. Again, let us be fair. Totoo naman yon. Pero, on the other side din naman, totoo din naman talagang nakakalito. Kaya sa isang normal na perspektibo na isang mamamayang Pilipino, mako-confuse sila at baka yung ibang okay pa na ang dami nyo namang klase, bakla tomboy lang naman. Ang usual na alam. To be fair, it doesn't mean na hindi nag-e-exist to. Totoo na merong iba't ibang mga perspektibo, masasabi natin, or iba't ibang anyo ng pagkatao o sexualidad. Let's continue.
Homo sapien, but rather addressing what the SOGIE is of every single individual.
Senator Soto, as a person in power, should be educated enough to understand that Homo sapiens is not part of those expressions.
True.
We really cannot see any wisdom on crafting a law just for that purpose alone. Otherwise, pwede rin sana ako. Paano kung yung mga walang buhok, dapat hindi ka discriminate, di ba? Hindi gagawa din sana ang batas ng ganon. We cannot make laws, no? That is tailor-fit to a certain group lang.
Okay.
Otherwise, everybody will have their own laws.
Okay.
Okay.
I think ang point doon is that ayaw niyang bigyan ng recognition or ng law to protect a certain group.
People have always been oppressed, and there's always been a minority. I mean, women weren't allowed to vote before. Black people weren't allowed their own liberties to walk the streets freely.
Meron din tayong laws for farmers, for nurses.
Actually, in social media, a lot of people are saying na if yung LGBT magkakaroon ng laws protecting them from discrimination and exclusion, paano yung mga pangit? Like, they get discriminated din naman.
That is a misconception.
Okay,
Kaya
anong
nangihingi
tama?
ang LGBTQIA+ community ng law na ganyan is because
May mga karapatan ang mga taong hindi LGBTQ QIA members na wala kami ngayon.
Question, please comment down below kung ano yung alam yung sagot doon. Ano yung law na yon? Kasi I'm very confused on that. Naghahanap ako, nagre-research ako nung isang araw, di ko makita. Nagtanong na rin ako sa isang congresswoman sa Facebook page niya, official Facebook page niya. Ano yung batas kung saan nawala sila? I'm very confused kung anong part doon. Kasi for example nga, dahil nga bakla, tinanggal sa trabaho, obviously discrimination yon. Possible din naman na dahil kalbo siya, di siya type, hindi siya pumasa sa discrimination din yon. Hindi siya pumasa dahil sa height niya, discrimination din yon. So, ano yung batas na nagko-cover for that na wala sa kanila sa LGBTQA+, I+, ayun, comment down na lang. And again, no hate, just question lang. Kasi hindi naman siguro akong isang tao lang na medyo confused din. Let's continue.
Like, for example, trans women are getting killed just because they're trans women. May napatay na ba because they're ugly? Charot.
Yeah? Meron na?
These are laws that were not meant to give special treatment to LGBTQIA members.
The SOGIE Equality Bill, it's not just for a certain group. It's
Okay.
actually for everyone in society.
Even if you're a straight man, even if you're a straight woman, bakla ka man or tomboy ka man, if you are discriminated based on how you identify, then doon yung sanction. Hindi ka pinapasok sa bar kasi babae ka. That's SOGIE-based discrimination.
Their comment on
Okay.
having special laws for certain sectors, it's not a violation of the Constitution.
A lot of people are misconstruing or misinterpreting the law that once this law has been passed, basta transgender ka, lahat ng trabaho makukuha mo. This is not true. For that job that you are trying to offer, syempre ang importante pa rin ay yung qualifications mo as a person. But
True.
as a trans individual, if you are applying for the job and you are truly qualified for it, pero hindi ka niya tinanggap dahil LGBTQIA member ka, that's the problem there.
It's the transformation of us being a more accommodating society to everyone.
And they're not just special rights, they're equal rights.
So in short, for me, ang opinion ko dito, wala pang batas sa lahat ng tao sa Pilipinas na pag nadidiscriminate ka, makukulong. Tama ba? Let's continue. Direct rebellion to
with
God.
due respect,
Ako,
I
yan na.
love them
Sensitive topic na to.
Because God loves us all as sinners. All of us are sinners. Pero hindi sa aking analysis, kung yan spiritual decision God created mankind in His own
He didn't say that, please. Yun on national television, spiritual disease, ang pagiging bakla. Oh, come on. That is why maraming nagagalit na mga ganitong katauhan o ganitong sexualidad dahil sa mga ganyang pag-iisip, guys. Hindi sakit ito. Cringe word. Yeah, cringe word. Let's continue.
image. In the image of God, He created them. Male and female, He created them. To create another gender and multiplicity of dangers, this is a direct rebellion to God.
I think what's funny about that video is when Brother Eddie was saying to create genders,
Wala namang ganun
and then
eh.
he actually does a Freudian slip and says to create a multiplicity of dangers.
To create another gender and multiplicity of dangers.
Sabi niya dangers. Sure ako, nadulas lang siya, pero grabe, if you think about it, yun yung nilalabanan niya eh. Ayaw niyang maging labas pa sa babae at lalaki.
This is a touchy subject because, of course,
touchy
the
yan.
Philippines is a religious country. I came from a religious family.
I came from a Catholic school ever since I was in elementary.
We're a predominantly Catholic country, pero not all Filipinos are Catholic. So you should never use the Bible para i-argue na hindi ipasa yung SOGIE bill.
We will react to that later sa video ni Senator Risa Hontiveros. Let's continue.
There's what we call the principle of separation of church and state.
Yung mga lawmakers na always nagsa-cite ng Bible or yung Adam and Eve argument, not Adam and Steve. Oh my God.
Every person has a right to their
Adam and
civil
Steve.
and secular rights. And this includes equality. Secular rights, civil rights are for all. It should not be based on religion.
Spiritual disease, being homosexual is spiritual disease? No. Kasi kung spiritual disease yan, sabuyan mo ng holy water, lahat ng bakla, uusok yan. WHO already said that it is not a mental disorder or mental disease.
I mean, you see people of the clergy, nuns, priests, they voice out na, no, you're not wrong for being gay, you're not wrong for being transgendered. It's okay. Kasi tanggap ka ng Diyos for it.
If Jesus lived right now amongst us, I would see Jesus rallying for the SOGIE Equality Bill because Jesus has always been there to support those who are constantly marginalized by society.
Even
Interesting enough. Yeah. Let's see.
in the Senate hearing, sasabihin nila na may respeto na sila sa community, may marami silang mga kaibigan, katrabaho na bakla or tomboy, but lagi silang may pero. So gets nakakancel yung love or acceptance or respect nila with the person.
However, this bill does not state that they will disallow you from believing in what you believe in.
He can
We'll get into that kasi gusto ko yung na yan yung part na yon.
can say what you want to say.
Okay lang naman if you have your own thoughts on these things, if you have your own belief system.
So if you believe that we LGBTQIA members are not your equals, okay, it's fine. Just don't shove it down our throats that we are not your equals.
We're not all Catholics. Hindi lahat ng tao may paniniwala. So, why base it on that?
We must not mix as much as possible religious beliefs in the legislations and the laws that are presented in society today.
For me, ang opinion ko dun sa sinasabi nilang hindi dapat mahalo ang religion, lalo na yung mga doktrina in terms of legislative. To be fair, yeah, tama naman talaga yun kasi iba't ibang religion yan. May Buddhism, may Muslim, may Katoliko, may INC. So, magkakaroon ng iba't ibang vested interest in that part. However, hindi natin may aalis din sa Kongreso, lalo na't majority ng mga Pilipino ay Katoliko, na syempre sa kanilang belief system nila, meron silang kontra at biases na hindi mo masisisi talaga yun ang sa mga kongresista o sa mga senador. Nasa kanilang sistema na yun eh. Ang pag-asa talaga na mapasa to, kung batas na to, dapat magkaroon sila ng representative. Isang senador, isang ganito. Madagdagan sila sa ganitong thinking kasi the more na majority is Catholic, I super doubt na ma-approve to ng basta-basta. Lalo na kung hindi ito napag-aaralan talaga mabuti ng mga taong magsasabatas ito. Let's continue.
We have to give a concession that there are some vague provisions in the SOGIE Equality Bill.
That's why I get na some people are not fully supporting it.
And of course, Senator Risa Hontiveros is open to amending those and fixing those.
What the community wants is just safety.
Hindi naman kayo pinipigilang sabihin
Lahat naman.
yung mga paniniwala nyo. Okay lang na sabihin mo sa akin masusunog yung kaluluwa ko sa impyerno. Tanggap ko na yun. Pero kung sabihin sa akin,
Oh my gosh.
hindi ko pwedeng makamit, ang pwede mong makamit. Porket bading ako.
It's not special treatment.
Fair.
We should just try to understand and educate ourselves and inform ourselves in order to have a peaceful manifestation of what we really want, and that is acceptance and equality.
Okay. So, matotal, ang sinasabi nila is equality, which is totoo naman talaga dapat yon. Dapat lahat ng tao may equality. Ayun na naman sabihin, bakit may bat? Ang bat ko, yung tungkol sa batas mismo, yung rights, that's fine, that's okay. Pero yung mga technicalities ng batas na ito. Again, disclaimer, this video was posted September 21, 2019 at yung ibang the rest of na papanoorin natin yung video is rin naman talaga. Last year pa, so I'm not sure kung may binago or what. So, please comment down below kung may mali akong maririnig or may mali tayo masasabi. Sorry na po. Pero, opinion lang naman. This part dun sa pakinggan natin yung sasabihin ni Senator Risa Hontiveros.
Sinasabi nila na itong bill daw po na ito ay nakatatapak sa rights ng religious freedom, sinasabi nila. Ano pong masasabi niyo doon?
Itong SOGIE Equality Bill ay very faithful sa Philippine Constitution. Kung saan yung isang provision doon ay ang beautiful nga ng pagka-express, ang ganda ng pagkapahayag na religious freedom shall forever be allowed.
True.
And ganun din ang SOGIE Equality Bill. Nirerespeto niya ang freedom of religion. Ang sinasabi niya ay, yung freedom of religion natin ay dun sa realm of thought, belief, kapag nandun tayo sa mga religious events natin, sa religious settings natin, simbahan man yon o iba pa, at kasama ng ating mga kapananampalataya.
Ibig sabihin niya, yung religious freedom natin, nasa isip natin, nasa realm natin, nasa loob ng ating church. Yun naman yung pagkakareligiyo, di ba? So, yun ang nagkaintindihan natin. Let's continue pa.
Ang SOGIE Equality Bill ay kinakailangan natin kapag yung ideya o thought o belief natin ay umaapaw na sa public spaces, halimbawa, or sa mixed groups, o sa mga public events, na kung yung sinasabi o ginagawa ay nag-i-instigate ng diskriminasyon o ng inequality, ng pagkait ng karapatan, access sa mga serbisyo at mga ibang karapatan, ay doon kailangan natin yung SOGIE Equality Bill. So, nirerespeto ang freedom of religion, at the same time, pinoprotektahan ang pagkakapantay-pantay ng bawat tao, anuman ang SOGIE natin, dun sa public, sa general.
Ang comment ko lang doon, for example, ako, preacher, nagsasalita ako na bawal lang ganito, bawal lang ganyan. Okay lang to, as long as nasa realm ka, nasa loob ka ng church, ito'y hindi sa public spaces at hindi daw ito sa mga mix, groups, kumbaga. Problem na nakikita ko dito, paano, di ba sa Bible, sabi ni Kristo, mangaral hanggang sa dulo ng mundo. I don't want to touch religion, pero dahil na-touch tong part na to, ang comment ko lang dito, kung pala si Cristo or si San Pablo buhay pa ngayon, pag sinabi pala ni Cristo o ni Pablo na ang lalaki o babae bawal makipagtalik o makipag-mate sa kapwa niya, possible ba na mademanda o maging discrimination na yon? Dahil syempre, rights nung LGBT na to na kung anong gusto niyang gawin. Ewan ko, naiintindihan niyo yung punto ko, no? Na parang hindi na pala ako pwede which is actually meron may clip.
Our freedom of expression, our freedom of the press, and our freedom of religion might be curtailed upon by the SOGIE Bill. Those who fall under adultery, those who fall under murder, those who fall under homosexuality. And these are topics that we discuss lengthily in our program. And we are concerned that with the SOGIE Bill, we will be limited.
Na sinasabi niya nga, paano yun? Nangangaral kami ng tungkol sa ganito, ganyan. So, pag may na-offend pala sa party nyo, pwede nyo kami idemanda. Nangangaral lang kami. Tinuturo namin yung ganito na yung pakipagtalik, ganyan, masama yan, yung paguhin mo yung parte ng katawan mo, hindi kalooban ng Diyos yan. So, pwede mo ko demanda, and then natapakan mo na yung right of, or freedom of religion. Question lang naman to. Hindi na, wala tayong inatake. Question lang to, legitimate questions. Isa pa, ito yung isa sa mga famous quote sa nangyaring hearing tungkol sa SOGIE Equality Bill. Pakinggan natin si Senator Nancy Binay.
Ask lang Sister Mary John, but I don't know if you can answer as part of the St. Scholastica's College. Kasi parang meron isa ho din sa naging discussion is a scenario. Because, di ba yung, in the previous hearing, yung definition ng, I think, trans woman is, for them, they're women already. So, technically ho, pwede na silang pumasok sa all-girls school like St. Scholastica's College. Trans women, because based on their definition of trans women,
dahil babae na sila.
For them, babae sila eh. So if we accept that kind of definition, can, for example, schools like St. Scholastica's College or
Assumption
be compelled to accept them as students on the basis of, kasi nga tingin nila na, well, by their definition, women sila.
Walang mic.
We have to talk about it because there has never been a case. I mean,
Okay, so di lang tapos, no? Pero ang sinabi ni sister doon, wala pa siyang, hindi niya sinagot ng diretsong oo, tatanggapin namin. And let us be fair, na pag pinasok mo sa all girls, so hindi tayo discriminate. Again, scenarios to. Kunwari, pumasok nga naman sa all women's yon. Ngayon, nag-compete siya sa sports. Gets yun, ibig sabihin? Same goes with the boys. Kung ito'y bakla naman, pumasok sa all boys, nakikita nyo yung opinion kung saan papunta. Well, ang opinion ko lang naman dyan, siguro hayaan natin ang mga tao o ang school kung sino ang dapat nilang tanggapin o hindi. For example, kung gusto nila, ito ang uniform mo, sumunod ka, ito yung gusto nila eh. Kung ayaw mo sa batas nila, maghanap ka na ibang school. Ganun lang naman kasimple sa akin yun eh. Ewan ko, tayo kayo sa opinion ko. At, ang isa pang gusto ko ring sinabi ni Nancy Binay, ito, sumasang-ayon ako sa kanya sa parting 12. Let's watch.
Discrimination should cover everybody, not just gender. I mean, for example, I've been discriminated of my color. Does that mean that I need to file a bill to protect people like me? So sana yung discussion natin when it comes to discrimination should be more universal, should be more encompassing. But I don't know if this is the right committee because ang alam ko, Madam Chair, there's also a pending bill, I think filed by Senator Angara, which is referred to the committee of Senator Aimee, na baka siguro magandang tignan din
pagsamahin na lang.
Kung paano natin ma-harmonize, baka pwede ipasok doon sa bill na yon itong SOGIE para hindi lang segmented masyado yung concept of discrimination. Yun lang naman, Madam Chair.
Ayun. So, in fairness kay Senator Nancy Binay, ako, wala akong kontra. Dapat lahat tayo may equal rights as much as possible. But then again, hindi dapat ito exclusive lang. Dapat sa lahat. As much as possible. For me, sa lahat. Bakla, tomboy, lalaki, babae, pero na lang sa mga convicted criminals, syempre, meron limit ng kanilang kalayaan or ang kanilang freedom. Yun lang naman dapat talaga yun. At yung mga medyo may mga technicalities sa tungkol nga sa yung freedom for religion, meron ako nakikita medyo problema doon if I'm not mistaken. So, comment down guys kung ano masasabi nyo, kung tutol ba kayo o hindi dito. For me, ang boto ko dito is ano pa tayo, medyo may mga with reservation pa tayo dahil hindi pa naman pulidong-pulido itong batas na to. At hopefully, kahit sana ang batas ay pumabor sa lahat ng tao. Kahit ano ka man, dapat lahat tayo pantay-pantay. So that's it for our episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I-share nyo rin ito video at i-click ang notification bell para updated kayo sa latest ating sa again. See you next time. Ingatan po kayo ng Diyos sa inyong paggawa and God bless sa inyong lahat. Bye-bye. Hey, bye-bye.